Hector, first off, the LeBron 12s, those things are sweet. Are there a lot of sneakerheads in baseball?
Oh yeah, baseball has a lot of sneakerheads. I mean, most guys usually get Nike deals, so it's like easy money to just go on the website and click on it. Hey, send me these, or somehow you get some connection. We got Mike Trout in here, so he gets pretty much whatever shoe he wants. So I mean, a lot of guys are actually sneakerheads. I mean, there's guys all over the game that all they do is talk about Jordans. They're like, Jordans are coming out in 2 months from now, and I'm like, what? So like they know stuff like that. So it's a lot of sneakerheads, and some guys get Jordans customs. I got some LeBrons. I think I'm the first LeBron's MLB spike. So it's been, everybody loves them. I love them. They're comfortable. I mean, they're great. Nike was kind of like, hey, let's make sure we can get them on the field so they're not breaking on us, so we can get them on the mound, pitching and stuff like that. So
I'm kind of surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You think I know there's a few guys in here in the big leagues that do them. I think Adam Jones might have some, and Guthrie has a few, I think so. I don't know exactly, but I mean, when you go on their website, it shows a bunch of the guys that they've done spikes for.
Jeremy Guthrie is another guy who loves sneakers. He's
Loves
a huge Jordan guy.
Huge.
Which of the players in baseball have you seen that have just crazy collections that you know of?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've only been with the White Sox and the Angels so far, and I don't know many guys around the league, But Skaggs says he has a real good collection. So Skaggs is one of the guys on our team that has a lot of shoes. I think he's got repeat of shoes. Like something came out that's like one of a kind, or they might not come out again. I've heard that he has like 3 pairs of those. So that's like above and beyond sneakerhead. Our trainer has, I mean, boxes and boxes of shoes, and he can tell you every number and every shoe that's been released, every shoe that's come out, what year they came out, what month. So those are 2 guys that I know. TJ is. All he does talk about shoes, man. I mean, he's got to lift weights and talk about shoes. That's what he's got, So those are 2 guys that I know that are big sneakerheads.
Is this something that guys brag about?
I don't think so much brag about, but they definitely, when they get them, they wear them, they flaunt them, for sure. I wouldn't say they go out there and say, look at my shoes, look at my J's, but they definitely wear them, and it's known when they have a new pair. Like everybody notices them,
And Mike Trout sneakers, you mentioned him before. He's got a pretty nice collection.
Yeah, he's definitely got. I mean, he's got.
He can pretty much get anything he wants, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think if he makes a phone call, hey, I want those shoes, I think he can get them, But I mean, he's got his own shoes, so I think he can get whatever he wants from Nike for sure.
And now switching gears a little bit, pranks. You know a thing or two about pranks.
I tried to.
Kissed Terry Franco on the top of his head on a plane ride.
Yeah, that was a little awkward because I hadn't really talked to him very much. I mean, I pitched against him when he was at the Indians a lot, and that was the first time we were actually like kind of in the same situation where we can actually meet each other. So we didn't talk a lot, but it was a truth or dare. That's what we like to have fun. It was something where we didn't know all the guys. Trying to make some good team camaraderie, get everybody together, get us going, fired up for our series, and we had 10 truth or dares and 10 players, and we all had to do something good. And yeah, I had to dare a dare to kiss him in the head, and I'm not a guy to back away from a dare, and I got it done, and I did it, and now the Angels are kind of looking our way of like trying to, hey, you want to do some dares with us, make it fun with the fans. So it might be something that's going to be mixed into my daily routine.
So did you think twice about doing it? Or is it just kind of like, all right, like, there's that bald head, let me go?
Yeah, because I mean, we had to tweet it to each other, so it was public, It was kind of like, and I got the tweet, and I'm like, no way, come on, man, are you serious? Like, out of all things you could have chose, like, eat something, throw something off a sky building or whatever, anything. You could have picked so many different things, sing to somebody, and he kiss him in the head. I'm like, how'd you even come up with that? And
he seemed like he took it pretty well.
Yeah, I've heard great things about him, and they said everybody, he loves it. He loves to have fun. He loves to have a great time, and he went well with it. I mean, it was perfect that he was sleeping, and at first he had no idea who did it. I mean, somebody had to tell him and stuff, and then he looked up at the end of it, and he realized that we were recording him, and he started, laughing and went right back to sleep. So I mean, it wasn't like he got mad or anything. He went along with it. He figured it out and had fun with it, man.
How about Mark Melanson? You guys got him to sing.
That was my dare, yeah.
First off, that was a pretty good voice, pretty good performance. But you gotta have like some, I don't even know what to
I don't
get
even,
in front of those people and start singing like that.
Yeah, that was because we talked about it, we tweeted about it, and then I was like, and then we had a list of stuff that we could do, like some ideas just in case we didn't know, and that was one that was on the list. I went off the form, and I was like, oh, this would be a good one because it's hard to do. You don't just go up and sing in front of 100 people and it's easy to do. So it wasn't something easy for him to do. He got it done, and like I didn't even think it was possible. I mean, he did a great job. Went up and just sang, and then he actually gifted her after, for her being such a good sport. He gave her a nice gift, and this a little baseball gift, I guess. And it worked out great. I mean, it was probably the top 2 out of the 10 dares that we did. I think me and him were 1 and 2.
So were you surprised at how long that he actually sang for? Because yours, for instance, that just takes like a hot second.
Yeah.
But he kind of like,
yeah,
he got into it, you know?
He did. He did almost a full song. It was like, I think it was like a 1:48 video or something like that. And the whole entire thing was him singing. Like they didn't get the part after where he actually gave her the gift and actually have a conversation with her. So yeah, I mean, he went all the way out through it and then got it done. So for sure. But he did really well, and that's something that I kind of want to involve in our clubhouse here, and see if we can get some good team stuff going and chemistry. And I think we have a good chemistry now, but that'll be fun to kind of mix some stuff in like that.
Yeah. So what are the types of pranks that you do see in the clubhouse?
It hasn't been anything yet this year. I think we have a kind of an older squad, and we know what we want to do. We want to go out there and win some games, and I think last year was the September call-ups. We got dressed them up, and that was a good one, man. We left them like 2 blocks away from the hotel, and they had to walk in their costumes, and we had a couple that were with their kids, and they took off running, thinking that one of our guys was like a terrorist or something because he was dressed up like kind of in a bad way, and it was great. And they had babies running down the street. We had guys like half naked. We had some swimmers. So it was, I mean, that was like the latest one we've done. That was probably the only one that I've seen so far with the Angels. And I mean, you watch baseball, you know that they freeze guys' clothes. They throw them in, they wet them and put them in the freezer. They put a bucket in front of their locker, like, here you go, this is your stuff. And the guy's like, come on, So they hide people's clothes and make sure they get something done. So I mean, all around. But so far, we haven't done so much. I think because we know what we want to do. We want to go out there and win some games.
And how about on the plane rides? Because that Terry Francona kissing was on a plane and going to Japan, right?
Yeah, going to Japan.
So you guys, I mean, if you guys go coast to coast, you have what, 6 hours on the plane? So there's a good opportunity to actually get something in there, right?
A lot of opportunities, yeah, for sure. It depends on what we do that game before, if we win or lose. So like we lost our last game at home to Tampa, so when we flew out here, it was probably a quiet flight. So but I mean, we got cards, we get a bunch of decks of cards going. Just have some good fun, play some spades, pluck. I mean, a little bit of everything on the card games. Not so much, picking on people. Some people want to rest. Some people want to, take their time. That's their relaxed time. Baseball schedule is so hectic. And then going across, from west to east, it's tough flights. With a 3-hour change and stuff like that. So some guys want to rest up and make sure they get those extra hours of rest because of the time difference out here. So flights are, I don't want to say boring, but really low key. Play some cards, listen to music. Some guys bring some Xboxes with a portable gamer, stuff like that. So flights, not so much prank wise. But that's what we were talking about. Maybe, kind of mix something in there where we get some guys and some good stuff on the plane.
Now, I don't know if you're looking for somebody on the team to tag along with you, but I know from looking at Houston Street's Twitter account, and I was actually just talking to him about it before, but when he was with the Padres, he would always take pictures of Carlos Quentin when he wasn't looking, kind of like what Salvador Perez does with Lorenzo Cain. So he might be a good teammate for this.
Yeah, oh yeah, he might be. Last year, actually, it was the rookie kind of thing he did. It was like, if you didn't sing on the bus or get dressed up, you had to eat the hottest pepper in the world. And he had a bag of them. And guys were like, didn't want to sing or didn't sing well enough to be able to get approved to like, you're good, had to eat peppers. And man, guys were running out of there and getting crazy, man. So those things were really hot. So I think he's a good guy. Because I mean, that's a great eye right there. Noticing that. So but yeah, I mean, Shoemaker did a double dare out there in Japan too. I think his was just eating something like some nasty mixture of kind of, I don't know what it was, but yeah, I mean, I think we got a few guys that are definitely want to be involved. I mean, you see Trout always throw the rosin bag or throw somebody when they're doing stuff on the field. So we definitely have a lot of guys that want to be involved and stuff like that. They just don't know it yet. They just kind of like want to be hidden key.